something. Okay.
Something, dark side, something.
Something complete.
Something, dark side. Something, complete.
Since the Emperor discovered the greatest thing from
Where
Star
was that
Wars
bit
today.
from? Was that a cutaway gag on Family Guy?
Yep.
Or was that South Park?
No, that was Family Guy.
I thought that was from Rooster's Teeth or something in it. I did the spoof.
Oh, do you mean a Robot Chicken?
Yeah, that's the one.
Because Rooster Teeth did, like, Ruby and shit.
I knew it was something around those lines.
I knew it was something, I just couldn't remember. Old noggin ain't working like it used to. So how you guys doing today anyway?
Doing good.
That's good.
Hello there.
Alright, can I just let you know I'm streaming?
Yeah, I saw. I know. I'll keep the risky stuff down in the basement.
So, how about them?
Karn's not in the call, so I trust we can at least try and be reasonable.
I like the try.
When Karn is around, it's a matter of time. When everyone else is around, it's a chance.
What to talk about? The
No.
So I don't think I'm gonna...
some sort of problem of some sort of solution.
Well, just no.
Okay. So, I've been working on this, I've been hand painting this Blood Angel symbol, and I know I shared a picture of it on the Discord, but I'm not quite sure if the picture I shared was as good as, like, this camera view right here, so. Yeah, I painted that last night. It took me one attempt, actually. Almost took me two. Almost took me 2 attempts, because I started to fuck up on the wings, but I was able to correct it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually impressed how it came out. Like, I was expecting that to be a lot worse.
When in doubt, everything could always be worse.
That is true. I don't
Never
think...
underestimate the spite of God.
It looks pretty good. No?
I don't think I'm going to paint this exact symbol on all of them. I might paint it a couple of times on each squad. I think I'm just going to do the teardrop on most of them, or do a variation of that. Because doing the full symbol is a lot more difficult, and to do it on each and every one of them would be a pain in the ass. Stuff and Things, biggest hint is blackest... What? I just realized what your name is. Okay. How are you doing? Nice freehand work there. Thank you, Stuff and Things. Oh, by the way, I'm not streaming on Twitch, so we can be a little more loose. I'll probably keep the mini painting streams to YouTube, because YouTube's a lot more forgiving. Harold, yes.
That was really odd to say.
What was really odd to say?
YouTube's more forgiving.
It is.
Sounded
That,
very, very
you
odd.
gotta understand how draconian Twitch is. That they're that fucking bad. They are so
No,
bad.
they
They make fucking Twitch look reasonable.
It just sounds weird. It just sounds weird though.
It is. It comes out of the mouth like black vileness.
Wait, what?
Yeah, on these guys, I'm thinking of doing... On him, I'm thinking of doing... I can't remember if it's a connotation, though, of a specific detachment or not. But I think of doing a yellow or black outlined red blood drop. Just the drop, not the wings. And...
No, isn't that the wrong shoulder?
What do you mean?
for the Legion symbol.
Well, the other one's got studs on it, so they only have one option for those symbols. Remember, it's Mark 6 armor. They only have one that can display symbols. I'll probably leave a few of them symbolless and just do like a color pattern, like maybe like a stripe of something. But I do wanna give them like some variety, some little extra detail, because it's just one big red pauldron. So giving it a little bit more character seems nice to me. It's just repeating this on each of them is just not practical.
It's alright. I have a pile, and I mean an absolute pile, of shoulder pads with the Eye of Horus on.
Yeah, well, you're cheating. I'm hand painting them on a blank canvas. Ha!
Hey,
I'm better than you.
I'm hand painting them, just with a 3D image on top.
Cheater.
They're still hand painted.
Be disgraced.
Nope, never. I don't know the meaning of this, sir.
Clearly.
Never.
Okay. So, as I was working on him, where did I leave off outside of the shoulder pad? So I think, yeah, I got the gun and I got all the extra bitty boos there. Still got to do the leather straps on the holster. And oh, I missed the vents there on the backpack. And it looks like some of the lid belchers scraped off one of the jets on the backpack.
Oh my.
And this is why you use varnish.
Well, it's still being painted. Why would I varnish it before I'm done? That's shit silly.
Actually, there's a really good tip that I've learned. And that's, once you've got all the base coats down, spray it with a gloss varnish before you use any inks.
Well, the base coat
because
isn't down. Unless you mean all the red.
Just reds, the blacks, the silvers, just the very base coats. Then spray it with a gloss varnish, and then do your shading and highlighting on top of that, and then spray it with either a satin or a matte varnish in the end.
Oh, biggest, hintest, blackest, Asian dickus. There's a lot of counteracting statements there. What is the golden blood wine glasses the sanguinary priest hold? I believe it's a chalice? Yeah, stuff and things.
Yeah,
got it before I did chalice. Yeah. That is what that's called, right? It's a chalice.
Yes, it's supposed to hold the blood of sanguinius.
Does it really? I don't think so.
Well, it's the gene seed.
Oh, okay. The metaphorical blood.
Well, they actually do drink it, so to change into a full Astartes. Part of their rites.
Oh yeah, don't they also?
Tends
If
to
I
put them
remember
into a
correctly,
coma.
yeah. Doesn't that? Then, don't they then stick them in a coffin?
Yeah.
Vampire imagery intensifies.
Oh god, I can see now.
No clothes.
Slit that sheep blood ages.
I mean, they
The
stick.
blood.
They,
I want to suck your blood. The blood. I want to suck your something else.
Space Marines don't do the whole sex thing, so they wouldn't be sucking that other thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Afia, what's up?
I have some noise marines that beg to differ.
Okay, those are Chaos Marines.
I have some
God, I
space
wish I
marines.
could-
I have
I
some
really
space
wish-
marines who beg to differ.
There is one joke I wish I could quote, but it involves cannibals and what's caught. It's not.
What kind of
safe for work
joke
at
are
all.
you
It's like,
talking
I will
about?
quote
Well,
it once the
don't
stream is
then.
done.
I have this joke I really want to tell you about, but it involves cannibals. What?
You just no, that.
It was this joke I heard. It involves cannibals.
You've been hanging out with Hannibal Lecter? Like, what are you doing?
No, act like
He
it
wants to
involves-
eat you. gene seed with fava beans and a nice
No,
Chianti.
You know, you're
Okay,
you're a
yes.
curious person. You're a curious person, Kennedy, because you wanna fuck
no.
a giant a giant transforming
No,
motorcycle.
hey.
You rave and rant about Dave Filoni ruining Star Wars all the time, and you just pop in. You're like, hey, by the way, I have a cannibal joke. It's really funny. Promise. I promise.
It's not safe for worse. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just gonna keep.
I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna leave you
That's-
wondering
it's-
in this purgatory of what the fuck.
That's all right. I got a one sentence World War II joke. Two
No.
Germans walk into a bar. The American
No.
reloads.
Oh god. Oh, very nice. And Blood Angels, not a bad choice. Mine are Luna Wolves. Ah, okay. Well, if you're going for the actual time period of the Heresy, that'd be the Sons of Horus. There
were still some. There were
No,
actually still some Luna Wolves.
Luna
about.
Wolves left.
um.
After Istvan, a lot fewer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So when.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you're
they
talking about
changed
the
the
ones.
colours.
You're talking about the ones that.
Loyalists.
Okay, the loyalists.
Yeah.
Yeah, they count. There wasn't enough
They-
for a full force though. There were very few.
There were some Luna Wolves that refused to change the colorations.
Yeah, wasn't that Logan? Wasn't he like the I am the Lunar Wolf?
Ezra Miller.
Loken was amongst them. Not Axeman.
That's
He
why
got
I
his head
always
cut
thought
off,
he-
if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah.
last book,
that-
He got his head cut off by
That-
Little Horse.
That Dreadnought and that other. We deny you our death. We choose this death for ourselves.
Yeah, that wasn't
Mm.
was chill then.
Oh, by the way, for anybody who hasn't been on the streams previous to this is what the standard of my like paint level for each of my individual Horus Heresy Marines. And by the way, also for anybody who hasn't been here, I 3D printed the heads because beakies were rare. I kept them Mark 6 armor because, well, I actually do like the way that it looks, but technically also that would have been late Heresy. I mean, beakies as a whole were late Heresy because the beginning of the Heresy, and I've actually been listening to the Horus Heresy books while at work, and it confirmed this. But early at the beginning of the Heresy, Mark 4 armor was new.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea of like why it's so like why people who are kind of lore nuts like me really weren't happy to see so many fucking beakies in that box.
To be honest,
Because even late
like,
Heresy, they were fucking rare.
that's only like one example.
Thank you, James.
There's like one example of from the audiobooks that I still remember where the Mark 6 armor was mentioned, and that was the Garrow Oath of Moment part where they went to Istvan, and they were like in brand new Mark 6 Corvus pattern armor. That was the first time I ever heard Corvus pattern armor in the Heresy.
I don't
outside
think
of
so,
Edgelord.
because if that was in not Betrayal, if that was in Galaxy in Flames, which is what I think you're referencing.
No, it was in.
No, that was
Oath of
Flight
Moment.
of the Eisenstein.
No, Flight of the Eisenstein, there really wasn't that any interaction.
No, it was the
between
audio
them.
drama Oath of Moment.
Because you
Yeah,
gotta keep in
Oath
mind,
of
I'm sorry.
Flight of the Eisenstein
my
is
bad, the
entirely
audio.
from basically Nathaniel Garrow's perspective. Like it's like none of it really harken like any of the Luna Wolves / Sons of Horus was only mentioned when he went with Mortarion into that meeting before Isvan 3. Outside of that, like there was like none of them mentioning
but
Jack.
the thing I meant was that there was the like audio dramas where you had like pang pang and sound and music in the background, and Garrow and some of the other Knights Errant went to Istvan to collect one of their missing Knights Errant, and in this like cut of the short story they got a Mark 6 armor, and it was like the newest shit.
Mark 6 was, I'm pretty sure, just introduced either right as the Heresy was starting or mid-Heresy. I'm pretty
I
sure.
mean, it was also in one of the which
It
one
was-
was the book with when the Imperial Fist withdrew from Mars and were like, okay, let's get all the epic shit and then leave.
Withdrew from... Yeah, that would have been mid-Heresy.
Yeah, because then
That wasn't beginning in Heresy.
The Mark 6 armor was introduced just before the Horus Heresy. It was just put into mass production
yeah,
just before the Horus Heresy kicked off.
the
So it
thing
was
is
still
in the
rare.
scroll from Mars, they said like, okay, there's this new armor and it was just finished in development.
Hey Aska, welcome to the stream. So let me catch you with the chat a little bit here.
So yeah, to be honest, my Blood Angels in the Heresy are mostly Mark 4 because it looks better, to be honest.
See, I always prefer the Mark 2 and
Am I
3.
gonna paint some veteran sergeant with a gold helmet? I was thinking about it. Right now, this is I have a 10-man squad assembled and primed, along with both of the praetors. But I'm gonna probably paint them on their own day. I'm trying to get the whole squad painted up. But I'm thinking of, and yes, this is also another custom 3D printed head on this guy. I might paint him with a gold helm or a yellow helm, because the thing is, gold. I don't know, like a full gold helm might be a bit strong. The other candidate is this guy. Unfortunately, the print on this head is a little rough, but that kind of looks like battle damage, so I think I can work with that. But anyway, yeah, this is the other guy, the Vox unit guy in the squad. I thinking about giving him a veteran gold head. So those are the two main candidates in the squad for that. The actual sergeant and the Vox guy, because they're already unique as it is.
The question is, do you plan on also doing something like an arcane marking or something?
Wait, an arcane marking?
No, like Chapter Master Radon has this like warlord trait that's called Arcane of Wisdom. And there was something in the Blood Angels where troopers or veterans get also like a golden embellishment on the helmet, so they are like extra special super veteran dudes.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, so I can't respond to that.
Well, you know it?
I'm drawing a blank. Some Luna Wolves did escape with Garrow. I know some did, but like not enough to make up a force. Like there was like a handful of them.
Nah, but it's kind of one of those though. When you're playing the tabletop, you can invent your own little shit.
Yeah,
But
so
these are the
kind of a suspension of disbelief type deal.
Well, to be fair though, the legions were spread out. I mean, there's nothing to say that there weren't Lunar Wolves that were on garrison duty somewhere in the middle of the back end of nowhere.
So I take it Blood Angels is going main. It's my only Horus Heresy army because I don't have enough. My blood is not rich enough to collect the whole fucking collect several armies in a Horus Heresy. Unless you guys want to donate, feel free to, by the way. But no, it's too rich for my blood. So I only have enough money for one army, and I'm going with Blood Angels. Not just because Sanguinius has got probably the next best stats to Horus, pretty much, at least in terms of attack. But also, Blood Angels are in my top 3. They're in my top 3.
Yeah, they have to be in the top 3 because everything else would be heresy.
Eh?
Like Blood Angels are always in the top 3 because if they're not in the top 3, that's a little bit of heresy.
Eh.
His stats is a very good Primarch killer, and his weapons and everything, brilliant. Primarch killer.
Oh yeah. It'll be interesting. Thing is, my local game store, they're only right now doing 40k tournaments, so for the time being, I'm still playing 40k as my main game. But hopefully I'll be able to convince the store owner to host a tournament, see if we can nab anybody. Okay. Let's do the straps next.
I mean, the funniest part about playing heresy is that so many people are like, oh god, the Marines only have one like hit point or one wound, they will die so easy.
Not in the old rules. Just remember, you're playing 6th edition rules.
Yeah, the thing is, like, a friend of mine tried to kill my Crimson Paladins, and he was like, "How tanky are these mofos?"
Hey Telcree, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Well, my stuff is just a what if thing if Horus didn't turn. Oh, okay, so you're playing like alt history.
Ooh, sounds good. Sounds good.
Wasn't that the Dornian Heresy or something? There was a really cool fanfic where Dorn was actually the traitor.
There's the Dornian Heresy fanfic, and I know there's one of Sanguinius. And there's a couple. People have been... The thing is, when it comes to like homebrew and fanfiction, some of the stories are better than like mainline canon.
Every time something like this comes up, I remember the Gathering Storm from 40k, and I say, yes, you're right.
I mean, it's being discussed quite a lot of what would have happened if the legions had been the other way around.
And obviously the biggest one to that would also be like, what if Horus just didn't turn wholesale and nobody did? What would have happened?
Yeah. Man, isn't that pretty easy though?
Not really, because there's still the debate on if Chaos would have found another race to be their agents into the Materium.
And remember, Chaos is subtle and invasive, so they would find ways to corrupt like normal people and entire armies or the Edmei. And then you have like Space Marines versus Titans.
Why did you put Primaris Marines in your stream thumbnail? I just chose a Blood Angels pick. It didn't really... it was just a random pick. Cause... Yeah, like that's my only justification. I didn't really care. The important part was it conveyed like what I'm painting. Which is Blood Angels. Not Primaris, but just Blood Angels. There was really nothing more to it than that. Back when 3+ armor meant something.
Yes.
Let's see.
And invulnerable saves meant something.
They could have invul save. When people were
Yeah.
like, oh god, I have a 6+ invul save, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, when invulnerable saves. When invulnerable. Not like today, it's 40k.
Actually,
Like,
that
I've got an invulnerable save, but like half the weapons can just not bother with it.
actually that depressed me because I had a birthday like a week ago or something, and I got a Contemptor Dreadnought with twin Volkite cannons, and because I really love Volkite cannons and Volkite stuff, and then like a friend of mine, oh, that's actually pretty meta for a Dreadnought.
Yep.
And I was a little bit depressed because I was only just like, hey, I like Volkite guns.
No telemarketer. Leave me alone. Stop haunting me. I've been getting more and more calls from telemarketers. It's starting to creep me out.
Excuse me, Mr. Asmogan. We're just trying to reach you about your vehicle's expired warranty.
I will shank you in your sleep. Oh, by
Unfortunately, you have to know where I live.
I know this is kind of random, but did I tell you about that time I scared away Jehovah's Witnesses? Yes, I'm adding a Primarch to my force. In fact, I was trying to 3D print my own, and I did successfully... Well, kinda. One of the wings got totally fucked up. But other than that, I did successfully print off Sanguinius. Unfortunately, I didn't check the scale, and he's about the size of a statue. Not a mini. At all. So, I was gonna go in and print off a smaller, scaled-down version. Unfortunately... In the process it took me to print off these bases and these helmets, I don't know how, because there's no holes and no breaches in the FEP screen at all, but both my 3D printers got resin on the LCD screens. I still don't know how. I did the water test and everything to put on the FEP screen, see if there was any leaks. Nothing. So I have no idea how resin just teleported between the FEP screen and the LCD screen. And yeah, so now I had to buy 2 new LCD screens and waiting on those. And when I get on my next paycheck, I'm buying screen protectors.
I would say it was Zinch.
Zinch does hate my ass. But yeah, in the meantime, though, I did ask my friend on the call right now, Ball, because he's got a 3D printer, to print me off some Sanguinius, to print off Sanguinius for me, scaled down, same model, and mail it to me. And I'm gonna pay him handsomely for the generosity.
Yeah, we mail tomorrow.
Yay. It'll probably take a month to get here, but worth the wait.
Hopefully.
I mean, you're the one who said your mail is slow as hell.
No, I mean, hopefully it's worth the wait.
Yes.
Yes.
It's most definitely worth the wait to me. Well, that I do prefer the Luna Wolves colors to Sons of Horus. Actually, that's the thing. I'm still not sure what Luna Wolves had for colors. That would differ.
White.
Something white and greeny.
I thought it was like a metallic. Like they were...
No, the Luna Wolves were white.
Okay, so they were just white? There was
Well-
nothing else to it?
I thought there was something green in it also.
No, this green is Sons of Horus. They had the aquatic green. Luna Wolves were... What was this in the colour? Trying to remember.
Oh god, I love this on a Warhammer fan page. It's like
I
the
don't
strength of
remember
the Lunar Wolves. Unknown but large, 2 times larger than the Word Bearers. Wow.
Maybe a bit red. Yeah, maybe a bit red. But it's
Fair-
mainly white and black as far as I can remember.
Favorite mark of SP armor? SP?
Cataphracti.
Special? I don't know.
Or just space power or something. Maybe it just means power armor.
Maybe.
Cataphracti.
If it was just talking power armor, I'd probably say... Actually, I'm kind of a fan of the classic Terminator armor. Not like the prototype
No,
stuff
it's-
they did, but I mean like the traditional Terminator armor.
What was in Indomitus pattern?
Space Marine. Ah, okay. Wouldn't that be SM then?
S&M.
Yeah. Right. I'm a big fan of 2 and 3.
You're a big fan of Mark 2 and 3? I like Mark 3.
I think that's pretty much universal to everybody, though.
I mean,
Everybody
yeah.
likes the older suits.
They look nice. They hold up.
It's big, bulky boys.
Big, bulky, and very stylistic.
I think the downside with the newer sets is they look a bit too sleek.
I mean, it is a sci-fi setting, so I can kind of let that go.
Yeah. Yeah, same, but at the same time, it's like when you've got the Mark II and Mark III, it's like, just stick with that.
Yeah.
It's better.
The thing is, I have something like boarding shields lying around, and I wanted to make a Mark VI breacher team, just because a friend of mine is like, if you do that, I will skin you alive.
Skin you alive. Wow.
Because
That's how you know
he's
they're a
like-
good friend.
Because it's like a breacher team can only be Mark II or Mark III.
Yeah, but
Nothing else in his mind.
Yeah, but if my options are only Space Marine armor, I would definitely say Mark III. Mark III is probably the best, just because it's very unique and very classical, very bulky. If it looks like fucking power armor, like that looks like something that you'd have to be a super soldier to wear. It's just hulking. Again, I'm not. There's very few armor marks that I dislike. I'd say my least favorite power armor, if we're just going standard Space Marine marks, probably would be.
No, he's asking Terminator armor. What's your favorite Terminator armor?
I don't know the marks very well for Terminator armor.
Well,
the
you
more
got
that
Cataphracti.
I'd say Cataphracti is probably the best Terminator armor.
The standard, like the 40k Terminator is the Indomitus pattern, and the one left is the Tartarus pattern.
Yeah. Then you've got the giant shoulder pattern. I can't remember what they nicknamed
What,
it.
the Saturnines or what?
Yeah, that's the one that everybody called it. That was never its actual name.
There was like one like metal model or something like back in
Yeah. Roll Trader days.
Yeah, and it's like was it in Death of Hope in one of the scenes you could actually see a guy in a Saturnine armor, and it was just a walking massive piece of fortress or something like that.
Yeah. Like I say, that was never actually its name. It never actually got
Oh,
named.
that will come too. Just wait for it. They will bring Saturnine.
Oh yeah. It's actually down as Saturnite now. What I'm saying, back in the day, it was never actually named. Yeah, I'd say Cataphracti's got to be mine as well. It's a good old standard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Cataphracta is awesome because of the slowly walking menacingly into the enemy lines and just don't give a fuck about incoming firepower.
Pretty much what Terminators are known for. Was taking the punishment, dishing it out, and just walking through even anti-tank fire. Like, yep, that's a Terminator.
That's all the idea behind it is they basically become a walking tank. Oh boy, there was an epic moment in Flight of the Eisenstein that I almost forgot about, and I'm glad I heard it again. So you remember that moment where, I can't remember the captain's name, but there's a captain of the Death Guard that is on Isfan 3, and he's getting his men into cover because they know the virus bombs are coming. And there's a Death Guard dreadnought that's like, go inside, I'll wait for the rest of the men. And he says, nope, I'm staying out here. I refuse to go down there without all of my men.
Were they Death Guard or Emperor's Children? Because I always thought
No,
they were
Death
Emperor's
Guard.
Children.
No, that's Death Guard.
Because there was
Yes,
also,
yeah,
there
that's
was,
That's the Death Guard.
we choose this death.
Yeah.
there was also like an Emperor's Children dreadnought that went down because.
Yes, but that was in Galaxy in Flames, and it was not the same at all.
Are you thinking about Rylanor?
Pretty sure wasn't Rylanor the Emperor's Children? one?
Emperor's Children. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, in
That's not the
he's
one-
thinking of the Emperor's Children.
That's probably what he's thinking of. It's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Because Rylanor went down into the catacombs and laid the trap for Fulgrim. 10,000 years later, tried to virus bomb Fulgrim. Didn't work out so well.
Yeah, the Death Guard dreadnought though, he went out like a fucking, because he was trying to get the Death Guard captain to go down into the catacombs. He's like, my armor is secure and it's airtight. I'll be fine. You go down. And the captain refused to go down without all his men. And then it turns out he was fucking full of shit, because after the virus bombs hit and they're both like melting away, the Death Guard captain, noticed that his armor was breached, and he's like, "You lied," and he went, "It's a veteran's prerogative." And he's literally carrying him. Like, I pictured it. I don't know if it was actually described this way. I'll have to double check. But I imagine he's carrying him in both those giant arms as a dreadnought. And he says, "We will deny them this victory." And then he, like, ignites his core and blows up. So they're not killed by the virus bomb. It's basically one last fuck you. It's like, you don't get to kill me, I get to kill me. You don't get the satisfaction.
The Death Guard.
The Dusk Raiders. Those were Dusk Raiders. Those were not Death Guard. Death Guard are scumbag. Even though I kind of like Plague Marines. The thing is, I have a hard time like understanding like Chaos players or Chaos fans. Listen, I like the aesthetic. Like, I collect like Plague Marines because I like the aesthetic. But I don't like them lore-wise. I don't like Mortarion lore-wise. I don't like any of the Traitor Legions at all lore-wise. And I don't know how anybody can, especially if you know Isfan 3. It's like that shit was just so horrendous. Men that they had served with for not even like we're talking centuries in most cases. And they just easily said, "Nah, it's okay. We'll bomb them. We're okay with that."
Yeah, there's always this type of soldier. There's the one soldier with the cautious consciousness, and there's one that just like, "Oh, my boss says this, and so I do that." Never ask, never question, just do.
And you've also got to think, you've got to remember about it that at that point, Primarch's word was law. And to disobey your Primarch was...
Yet there were those
done.
who did.
It was not
they were
You had
done.
Loken did it, Sol Tarvitz did it, Nathaniel Garrow did it.
But they weren't...
They weren't what?
They were the exceptions, not the rule. There's a lot of other legionaries that...
Wasn't the thing with Garrow always because he was like a dying breed of a Dusk Raider, because he was actually a Dusk Raider and everyone else almost was
Well,
a
he
Death Guard.
He was Terran born.
He was Terran born.
Yeah, because, and that's it. Because
And he was one of the few remaining Terran born still amongst
and
them.
he was there before the Primarch, and he was like, his loyalty was to the Emperor, not the Primarch.
Again, because he was Terran born. And the thing is, by that point in the Crusade, there weren't a hell of a lot of Terran borns left in any legions. Just through sheer casualties.
And it was easier to... and most of the Primarchs preferred to get new recruits from the worlds they had hailed from. Because they related to them more.
There are some things that I really would like to have like a finishing line in the lore, because there's like there are some planets where the Blood Angels were recruited from outside of Baal, and it's never stated what happened to these worlds.
Is that fire right here? I hear a crackling.
No, that is maybe because I have like a fucked up headset and I play Conan Exiles and there's like a campfire nearby.
Okay.
Because I'm doing a quest and someone needs...
Thousand Sons did nothing wrong. The Alpha Legion may be loyal in disguise. Rest are our souls. I don't really... I find the memes funny, but I don't actually think they...
So
It's all a Ferris'
I
fault.
really don't see it. Like, a lot of people are like, no, totally. Like, totally. Any day now, GW are going to be like, oh, no, they're loyal the whole time. It's been decades.
Wait, Alpha Legions are loyal,
They
and next time
still haven't done it, so I'm sorry,
No.
Alpha Legion fans, but I totally don't think they're...
To be honest, they use
Alpha
human
Legion are definitely not loyal, because they were quite happy to turn on the Emperor on
don't
the
forget-
word of Xenos.
What was it in
The Alpha Legion loyal. Next you're gonna tell me that Robo Girly Man's coming back.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
now the thing with the Alpha Legion is like, yeah, they're totally loyal and use demon weapons like all the time. And don't forget, if the Alpha League means loyal, next time the GW will say the Dark Angels are traitors.
Not Dark Angels are traitors.
No, they just forgot. They just forgot that.
So are Ultramarines in my book, but
There are a bunch of fanboys who don't agree because they're fucking deluded.
Well, are you kidding me? The Ultramarines are traitors, considering Imperium Secundus.
They usurped. Not only did they do that, but Gilliman also usurped the throne, essentially.
he straight up usurped it right. Because the thing is, next in line would have been Dorn. Dorn was the Praetor of Terra. He was the Praetorian, which was basically the defensive version of the War Master. He was named that by the Emperor.
To be fair, Dorn sort of carrying the Emperor's broken and lifeless body back to the Golden Throne sort of broke that guy's mind. Like a good NTRing.
Oh boy.
Okay, first of all. It didn't break him like that. He didn't lose his sanity. He just got really pissed, and then he performed the scouring, which is basically how he vented it. But when he came back,
Wasn't Dorn the Iron Cage guy and Gilliman did the scoring because he was like, hey, I got
no,
99%
a lot of people
ratings?
don't remember I'm pretty sure the events go down is right after he entombed the Emperor. They then gathered all their forces together and performed the scouring.
Again, except from a lot of the Ultramarines who stayed on Terra.
Mm-hmm.
The Ultramarines didn't go through the scouring as much as all the other legions. Another forgotten fight.
I hate the Ultramarines.
Anybody who
There are
paid
only
attention to the
two.
logos.
There are only two good Ultramarines: Ural Ventress and Captain Titus. Not Lieutenant Titus, motherfucking Captain Titus.
Oh, you forgot one guy.
Hi, Captain
Who?
Sicarius.
Captain Ventress is
No.
nothing without his best friend sidekick. Yeah, just take Captain Ventress and Pausanias and everything is fine.
Didn't the Imperial Fist get their recruits from Terra? They got all legions got their initial recruits from Terra, but if you mean throughout the course of the Crusades, no. In fact, a huge portion of the Imperial Fists was from Dorn's old empire.
Inuit.
Yeah.
Inuit.
Again, that's a pattern for most Primarchs, is they pretty much got nearly all of their recruits after their initial wave of recruits from Terra, when the Emperor first started the Crusade, from at least the space world clusters that they hailed from. Most by the time the heresy started, most legions had already due to casualties lost most of the Terran-born Marines that first initialized their legions.
But wasn't
Yeah,
with the Imperial Fist, they recruited a bit on Terra, mostly on Inuit and on Necromunda?
Yeah, I think Imperial Fist did recruit Necromunda as well, actually.
No, they did, absolutely. But the majority of them were from
They still
Inuit.
do.
The thing is, what actually happened to
Ever going James Knighton?
Inuit, I think, is lost to the warp.
I don't know, I never found any
Lore about it. It's just, Dorn has this planet, and then it disappears.
How to get the studs.
Really shouldn't start painting this model.
Huh?
Horus Lupercal.
Oh. How's it going?
Are you going with that strategy just to have Lupercal play? Just field Lupercal?
Well, the what Caboose is on about is the club that I go to on occasion. They're starting a Horus Heresy games, and first off, we're starting 1,000 point games and building up. Basically, we're going to build up to the actual full Heresy. And Caboose is on about the point that Horus Lupercal on his own is 1,000 points. So I could literally just turn up with Horus and go, there's my 1,000 points.
Hey, well, Horus Heresy is not really a game meant to just be 1,000
And win.
points.
No, it's not meant to be, but we're building up from 1,000, going
Going from 1,000 to basically epic or apocalypse.
yeah. Basically,
Yep.
every month it's going to increase by 1,000 points.
Okay, so
Give
first
people
month,
time to
1K.
build and pay. Then 2K, 3, 4, 5, until people, run out.
Be interested to see the 40K point games. Walk in, the whole floor is the game mat.
Whole legions fighting.
Oh. Shut the fuck up. Leandros for the Emperor! Captain Titus of the Ultramarine 2nd Company. Mm-hmm. Alright, real quick, I actually gotta switch this water because I accidentally shook off my Retributor Gold in my normal paint water. Fun fact, and also paint tip for anybody out there. Always have two paint pots, or sorry, two water pots to swish your brushes off in. One for metallics and one for normal paints. Because the metallic stuff, the little, you kind of see it in the water a little bit there. Kind of floating around. Those little speckles get stuck on your brush, and if you're constantly washing off in water that has that, even with the normal colors, you're going to start getting the speckles in your normal colors where you're trying to just paint without that shine or that kind of metallic effect. So that's going to make everything look wrong. So it's good to have one for metallics, one for normal. So real quick, I'm going to run and switch out this water for power water because I accidentally switched to Retributor Gold. My bad.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's where I've got up to anyway with Horus and voice chat text.
Ooh. That model looks great. I like that. That's really nice.
It's freaking intimidating for somebody at my freaking painting standards.
Don't worry, you got it.
I believe in you.
I'm glad somebody does. Because I don't.
Just take your time, go slow, be patient. It's interesting
Why is it not finished?
you're starting with the gold trim first.
Yeah, it was the biggest proportion of the model. And his armor is black.
Right. Not gonna do any shading to the armor?
Yeah, once the gold's all done. Plus, once all the gold's done, might not need it, to be honest.
Fair
So there's
enough.
not going to be much of the black armor left. All the trim that's on this guy.
Just making sure I covered all my bases. Yep, one little itty bitty spot.
Itty bitty bitty, so.
Yeah, a little bit of red poking out from the Corvus Black.
Oh no!
Alright, otherwise, I think I'm good to start applying the recess shading on this bad boy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And by the way, how do those lenses look? I know I was a little strong on the white reflection there, but I do my best to make the lenses on the helmet look as good as possible.
If anything, I'd say maybe a little bit dark at the front, but good otherwise.
A little bit
Probably,
darker.
you know. Just for some reason, it just looks a little bit dark at the front of the eye socket compared to the other one.
Oh, I do want it to have a little bit of darkness because it's reflecting that it's kind of like the lens effect. So it has like dark in the corners and then it gets lighter as it goes more towards the edge of the helmet. So dark here, then kind of gets lighter here. He looks like he has eye pupil. What's eye pupil?
Do you mean pupils?
I don't know. The spelling was Pipule.
I don't know what that means.
I would say eye pupil is something Apple has a trademark for sure.
Real quick, I'm just advertising.
Fair enough.
Alright, sorry, English is your first language. Oh, okay. That's fine. Make sure to knock over all my paints.
Yeah, knocking over paints is never a good thing.
Well, if the bottle's closed, it's fine. Usually.
It's alright. Earlier on, I filled my airbrush up with black primer and proceeded to knock the entire thing over.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matthew Gordon. How are you doing, lad? Yeah, I think I'm definitely ready for the... I don't know. I still find it weird anybody can dislike the Horus Heresy books, at least the earlier ones. Like, oh, it's still weird to me that Debino doesn't like them, and his explanation just is weird to me. Like, I have trouble processing it.
But why actually? Because I always thought the Flight of the Eisenstein was one of the best books.
Well, no, it's not even just Flight of Eisenstein. He doesn't like any of them.
Okay.
He hates the whole series.
So, does that guy like the Beast Arises book series?
No,
Okay, because then I would have.
he likes BattleTech.
Yes.
Oh hi.
Like, BattleTech is his thing. Like that's what he likes. He doesn't like any of the Horus Heresy books, which is nutty to me. Some of the later ones I get, but like Horus Rising, and through like Fulgrim's. Actually, no, I've had Eisenstein through like the first 20 books. Really, are all really good. I think it's like when you get past that they start kind of going downhill a little bit, but not like anything major.
I always thought that the first book, the first book where you actually meet Horus and know and learn to know him, that actually this is one of the most painful books, in a good way.
Yeah, it's very emotionally wrenching to see him rise and fall, and then rise again in a very bad way.
I was still a bit gutted how quickly they did it, though.
I mean, Horus, I always thought Fulgrim was way too fast for my personal taste. It's like, oh, a shiny thing, oh, I'm evil.
It was a bit sharp, yeah, I will agree with that.
I mean, but to be honest, one of the newer books actually, I almost pissed myself because I've heard a scene where they, I don't know, did you read the Saturnine book?
Is that? I'm pretty sure that's Siege of Terror series.
Yes.
Yes, I did, and I fucking hated that book.
But there was beside the part about the Eternal Ones, the Highlander stuff and shit like that. But actually the part where they had like Captain Eidolon talking with the Sons of Horus, and he was like, "My beloved Primarch has," and one of the morning where said, grew himself a new pair of tits, huh? And then it's like, yeah, it's Slanish, so.
Dying from allergies. I'm sorry to hear about that. But good. How's everyone today? I'm doing pretty good. Now that I'm home, you know, work was work. How would you guys say you're doing?
I'm on the right side of dirt. Can't complain.
You can always complain. Whether people listen is another matter.
Depends on the day for some folks.
mean, everything's fine. It's just too hot. That's everything. Just too much heat outside.
You're getting roasted alive by the sun.
Yeah, but everyone is like, but it's okay. It's a dry heat.
A bonfire is a dry heat.
I don't know. I dislike dry heat or like moist heat when it's like after raining and then it's still like steaming hot and you're like soaked.
Yep.
Didn't Fulgrim get Demon Blade that kept whispering to him? Yes. Towards the end of the first set of chapters of the Fulgrim book, goes through that whole bit.
What was that blade? The layer something blade?
Yeah, layer blade.
Yep. From the race of the lair, which are kind of snake-ish people.
So the like Chaos corrupted Slith from the Dark Elder.
Yes, basically they were. They were half snake people.
How cool figure. And just imagine how Fulgrim looks these days.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much Fulgrim turned into one by the end of it.
But in the end, he never got more fabulous hair than the Emperor.
Nope. Yeah, that one dream will not be achieved for now.
Just imagine, oh god, what was it? What was this one famous spy book with a lot of
107.
Fulgrim stone?
Goddamn. Yeah, here it's currently it's 78 degrees, but it was peak of today. It was about 84, which is blazing if you're from here.
Yeah, but you live in a frozen wasteland.
Typically, 7 to 8 months out of the year, it's a frozen wasteland. But we do have our peak summertime, and peak summertime is hot. Very, 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 very hot. Okay. I think I'm ready for reset shading. Let's see if I don't like to start applying washes until
Oh,
I've
wait. US is counting heat in what was it, Fahrenheit?
Fahrenheit.
Degrees. Yeah. So if I translate it, we were on 100.4 Fahrenheit today.
Oh goddamn! Yeah, you guys were roasting.
Yeah, but it's okay. It was dry.
It's summer here for about 7 to 8-ish months, so yeah, you guys have the opposite problem. To be honest, I prefer the cold. I like winter. I like snow.
Nice.
I know how to deal with that shit. Heat, like there's only so many layers you can remove before you have no way to deal with heat.
No, it's just easy. Just be split naked and lie on the floor and don't move an inch until the sun goes down.
Well,
yeah.
But if you live somewhere
I
like
can see-
near the desert, even if the sun goes down, it's still hot.
Actually,
Well, other than night time.
I don't live near some desert. That's the funny part.
You live near a desert? What desert?
No, that's the nearest desert is, I don't know, the political landscape in my country. No, because I live in the European Alps, so actually it shouldn't be that hot.
Shouldn't be.
But it's, you know, the higher you go, the more sun you get. The best part would be, they said like thunderstorms and lightning for the next few days, and I have a really funny neighbor, and he's totally into paganism, and every time there's thunder and lightning, he runs on the balcony split naked and yells Thor all the time. So I wait for the next thunderstorm.
we gotta figure out you know how there's like weeboos for like hardcore anime manga fans? We gotta find out a name for that for like Nordic fans. Cause there are some Nordic like, and I know this is coming from me. I have a Viking haircut because it just looks good on me, but I'm not like a hardcore like
Sure.
Viking nut job. like some people, like they're like what File just mentioned with like people straight up like praying to Thor and shit still. And you got to understand, like there's a good chunk of people who became that kind of like nutty because of the show Vikings and the show Last Kingdom, which did a lot to like advertise like old Nordic beliefs and old Viking culture, but obviously more as Pyrrhus has lamented numerous times, they went heavy on like the makeup and stylization, which to make it more palatable for modern audiences.
Wasn't like this new age like Viking Asatru belief like coming like be more like in the public before Viking hit? In the like original Viking countries, there was a movement in the 19th actually where they said like, okay, let's ditch Christianity and go back to the roots.
Let's ditch Jesus and let's go back to Thor.
Yeah, that actually started in the 90s or something like that. I mean, I get when people that had like this cultural heritage that they say they wanna like try to find back to the roots, like as like people who are like descendants of Vikings and stuff like that.
That's pretty much most Europeans.
Yeah, they made their way around.
I mean, that's the thing with myself. I couldn't really tell what my heritage is. Like I'm like quarter Scottish, quarter Austrian, one part Hungary and one part Czech. So where should I go with that heritage?
Just say you're multiple parts awesome. That's what I would do, but I'm cheeky.
Yeah. But the way bigger issue, I have a Legion Moritat and I don't know what melee weapon I want to give him.
Hammer.
It's hammer time. It doesn't cool down till after 10 p.m. Jesus. Yeah, I couldn't live in a place like that. Again, I like the frozen tundra I live in. Give me ice storms and my boots freezing to the deck if I leave them outside after dark. I'll take that over taking a step outside and my eyes start melting out of my face. And my hair catches fire.
Is it something like a balcony or something like that?
Huh?
A deck, is it something like a balcony or are you on a ship?
Like a balcony.
Oh, deck.
It's a porch.
He's on a bit.
Ah, okay.
I forget other countries get confused by terminology. I mean, we do have a boat, but... And we also go to the lake, and there are decks on the lake as well. Floating ones. But I was referring to our front porch.
That's one thing I want to own later. Is a boat.
What, a front porch?
Well, no, I want to own a home, but nothing like that. I just want like a nice log cabin or something simple.
I'd wait. The market's not really friendly to the buying side of things right now.
Oh, I know.
It's definitely not a buyer's market. It will be again, but not right now.
Oh, Caboose, you bought the Horus Heresy box set yet?
No, dude, I'm so strapped for cash because I haven't worked in the last 2 weeks.
Give him time. He's got his new job. Pays good.
Oh, yeah, dude. 401k, full health, full dental, eye coverage. After a year, 5 days off and 5 personal days as soon as I start.
Nice. prefer the cold too, but the desert is me home now. I could never live in that. I get, well, technically, part of Maine could be categorized as a desert, because, believe it or not, frozen hellscapes like the Arctic are technically categorized as deserts. It's just not a sand heat desert. It's a ice, snow, frozen desert. Still,
Yeah, I mean,
technically a desert.
If you're like on a raft or something in the middle of the ocean, you could also say it's a water desert.
Yes.
So we have a frozen desert, a liquid desert, and so we also need the only desert we're missing is like a vapor desert.
Actually, I have to do this.
So boys, have a good night and see you later.
Have a good night. Rest
Take it
well,
easy, man.
friend.
Good night.
Such a patient process.
Well, on the plus side, if I pass all my tests and get my license and get another job, I might actually be coming over to the US sooner than anticipated.
Are you stop by Maine? I'd love to see you.
That's the plan.
Have you show up, play a couple games?
Sounds good, man.
I'd love it. Swear to God, this recess shading part is so tense for me. I almost find edge highlighting easier, because at least with edge highlighting, it's all down to how you move the brush. But when you're applying a wash in recesses, it's still basically you're just applying a straight liquid, but you can't control it once it's off the brush.
That's why I was on about using a gloss varnish first before you start doing that, because it actually gives you more control. I have actually found that.
I also don't mind fixing a mistake, though. It just takes a few minutes. Would you say a gloss varnish or just a varnish?
Yeah, what I've been told to use and what I've been using is Vallejo's gloss varnish, because the gloss gives it. Yeah, but the thing is, the gloss varnish gives it the slide so that the washes and the inks go into the recesses and not all over the place. Because it helps the.
Yeah, but I don't really
Helps
like
them
that gloss sheen on my
Yeah, but
minis.
then once you've done, then you give it as go over with a matte or satin varnish at the end.
Speaking of,
Depending on what you-
do you know, because I got it, and I've yet to use it on anything, but I got the Mechanicum varnish spray thing from Citadel. I don't know, is that a gloss varnish, or is that a sheen
I don't
varnish?
know. Don't know. I'll try looking it up and see.
because I don't want to start just spraying it to figure that out. Usually the worst way to find
It's the loop go. Don't jump on the floor.
that would be bad.
Oh, he's already jumped off the desk once today.
Sure you didn't knock him off the desk?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Which mechanic one was it?
Yes. Mechanic and varnish. Don't know if it's a gloss or not. I hope it's not. I don't like the gloss.
Don't sign up on GW's website. It's only saying Munitorum varnish.
Oh, no, sorry, that is it. I'm an idiot, sorry.
It's all good. It's matte.
'Kay.
Smooth matte finish.
Thank God. It won't be all reflective like plastic.
Oh no, attack with heavy breather.
What are you talking about?
We can hear you breathing.
Oh well, not my problem.
Well, what we're trying to say is we don't want you to breathe anymore, bro.
Well,
Breathing.
fuck you do.
It's an inconvenience.
Just stop breathing for a while, will you?
Stop
Yeah, God, I can't believe
inconveniencing
you're
me
taking
with your
a-
breathing. Gah.
It's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're actually breathing. Told you could do that. We
Like,
canceled
totally-
you.
It's just the total
It's like
conformer.
totally not worth it, man.
Dick.
It's a conformeth. Gah. Oh, South Park. May it never end.
And if they do, may it always be cherished and never cheapened.
I'm regretting gluing his head in already.
Mm.
my room off my desk. 30 Marines just scattered about the desk. Land Raider, Horus, bits.
Lots of
A
bits.
couple of Cataphrine Terminators, some Sisters of Battle, some old school Marines. Paints.
Thou shalt not use thine predator to, quote, totally pick up chicks in a tank when deployed with the Sisters of Battle.
You completely mucked that up.
I know what he's referencing though, so it still makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yep. Thou shalt not calleth thine honorable sisters, quote, bolter biatches during their time of the Red Rage, lest thou wants to be the first human to enter orbit without the aid of a shuttle.
Oh wow, they're free. That's new.
What?
There's at my local hobby store, they're doing 2 tournaments, which I'm signing up for right now. Normally they charge $10 to get in, but both tournaments for some reason are $0 this time.
Nice.
My guess is probably they make so much probably on sales when we all just come in anyway that they're like, we don't really need to charge them to come in. They almost always buy something anyway.
Sounds good.
So real quick, just grab them both because I want to go to both tourneys. All right. Actually, I should probably double check. They're both Sundays. Please be both Sundays. Yep, they're both Sundays. Okay, thank God. Those are my days off. And boom, signed up for both tourneys.
Nice.
Yep. I'll probably play my orcs. Because I won't have time to paint up my Black Templars as I'm trying to paint up my Horus Heresy army. Most I'll do with my orcs is probably paint up some Ludas, because I have none properly painted up, or finish painting up my War Bikers, because I would like to run a couple squads of them. Fast attack and all that. Okay, so I've done recess shading. Have I done all the... Nope, I missed a couple spots. Rule 13, the chapter master is not a drag. Quote unquote. What? The Codex does not approve of the action of picking up women in a tank. Okay.
Somebody's found the website.
When thou art deployed with the Sisters of Battle during the time of the Red Rage, thou shalt tactically deploy chocolate and retreat to the next over system.
The thing is, women. Some women will call that sexist, but let's be honest. You want chocolate when shit like that goes down. I don't know how.
And
it
with
helps,
some of the
though.
crazy shit the Sisters of Battle have done, yeah,
Yeah, that's a moment.
Of course, then again, you know, it's nothing compared to what the Grey Knights have done, because, you know, killing an entire covenant of sisters to coat their armor in virgin blood makes sense. Yeah.
And this
That
universe,
happened.
weirder shit happens, to be honest.
Oh, dude, that's a Matt Ward, Mark Ward, whatever the hell ism.
Matt
He came
Ward?
up with that one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And not that
Tell
I
me,
doubt it. That guy's
tell me
weird.
you've never touched a woman without telling me you never touched a woman. And then, my super spacemen, they just murdered all the women to coat their armor in virgin blood. Dude, you okay?
It's like, you having a bad day? You're having a bad day.
It's like you need to talk to somebody.
Have you considered therapy? Like, a lot of therapy. Like, did something happen to you when you were young? Like, you can talk about it, you know? I'm here for you. I'm sorry, my fat thumb was in the way there. Boom.
I've just finished book 15, Prospero Burns.
God, I couldn't even imagine having the cramps in fucking power armor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Stuff and things. Rule 62. Thou shalt not instigate a my Primarch could beat up your Primarch debate. A lot more should follow this rule. The exception is Space Wolves, though. Because their Primarch can beat the other Primarch.
I mean, there's a lot of evidence to back that one up. It's like, my Primarch can beat your Primarch up. And the Space Wolves just walk up. Sup? Ah, shit.
No, thou shalt not rolleth the land. Sorry, screwed it up. No, thou shalt not tilteth thine strike cruiser sideways to get the quote kill shot.
But I wanna. Fucking.
It's cool.
It's like, we live in the grim, dark universe, but at least we can have some fucking fun before I die. It's like, if I see a Demanculaba, I want to do a wheelie. Just one. Fuck you, if you try and stop me.
I mean, look at Jagate Khan. He said fuck it and rode into the freaking webway. That's a boss.
I'm on a highway to hell. Guarantee he was listening to something like that on the way.
Yeah.
God, it's like the custodians don't even know the speed limit doesn't matter when you're listening to Highway to Hell. The speed limit's different.
Yeah, rules.
Besides, speed limits are what you might technically call guidelines.
Yeah, that's what you call guidelines. Not really, strictly speaking, which you have to do.
I really should be painting the normal squaddies, but Horus is calling.
Yeah, once Sanguinius arrives, I'm gonna be painting him exclusively until he's done, probably. It's always the more epic stuff you want to do first, usually.
Yeah, the thing is though, his Sanguinius is nothing in points compared to Horus.
I mean, Sanguinius... how many points is Sanguinius, actually? I didn't double check.
Again, Libra Astartes.
Yeah, I haven't even opened either of my Liber... I got both Liber Hereticus and my Liber Astartes. And I actually talked to somebody on Kib's Discord who said they're only getting one of them. It was like, I'm only getting Liber. So I'm like, wait, don't you want to know what your opponents are going to have if you're up against traders? Like, there's an advantage to having both books. You know what you can do? You know what everybody else can do.
Yeah, and the thing is, with the Liber Hereticus, you can also make Loyalist armies. Same with the Liber Astartes, you can make Traitor armies. Sanguinius is 485 points.
Oh, what do you know? Half the points still
So-
does wicked great damage.
What does that rule do? Angelic Presence.
Oh, please be a great buff.
Any friendly unit that are locked in combat have at least one model within 6 of Sanguinius, as well as Sanguinius, and the unit he has joined may add +1 to the total number of successful wounds caused for the purpose of resolving which side has won the combat.
Damn. Rule 266. It makes a funny noise. It's not an excuse for punching Imperial Guardsmen. Rule 267. He started it is not an excuse for punching Imperial Guardsmen.
Thou should not strap a las gun to your bolter to make, quote, laser sights. That is a divine weapon of the Emperor, even though it is better as a flashlight.
Debatably.
I do like the new rules for the las gun, so the las gun can actually wound a Titan now.
That is kind of nutty.
It's freaking awesome. Roll a 6, automatically wounds.
When they phase that rule out, I'm gonna feel so bad for the people who collected guard off of the back of it. It's like all those minis, all that advantage gone.
But to be fair, even with that rule, all the guard still want to bomb tier armies.
Don't care. The God are cool.
Yeah, they're the true heroes of this story.
Oh, absolutely.
Most badass person in all of 40k is an Imperial Guardsman.
You talking about not Yara?
No.
Just the
Just
regular.
a Guardsman.
Oh,
Any Guardsman.
Just any random guardsman.
I thought you were referencing someone specific.
No, just
Although I do prescribe to the old law of it was just a random Imperial Guardsman that jumped in front of Horus as killing blow on the Emperor.
That's what it should still be, and I reject any other.
Well, they've never retconned that, so they've just released other versions of that event. So,
But if they ever do
that still
retcon
stands.
it, I do not acknowledge the retcon.
Yep.
If they ever do.
Same. It's like some Erda person. I just point blank refuse to believe in certain things.
Yes. Rejected out of hand. I reject Erda out of hand. I reject. Let's see. What was that other one? Someone said Sanguinius being a perpetual. I fucking hate that idea. Better not be the case.
No, but his ghost is flying around the Vengeful Spirit.
I can deal with ghosts.
His soul. He's flying around, not his ghost, really.
I mean,
His
soul
soul
ghost.
is trapped on the Vengeful Spirit.
I mean, wouldn't you be?
Because that's one of the theories on how they could bring Sanguinius back.
What, eat his soul out of the vengeful spirit?
I don't see it being within Biggie's power.
Oh yeah, Biggie would have to come back.
Well,
He's
just
currently
not as...
He's currently not doing so hot.
the
He's
Chaos
getting
God,
better.
currently known as the Emperor.
He's doing better.
He's not dead yet.
You can just imagine Big E sat on the throne. He's just like, I'm not dead yet.
It's like, we know, Emperor. We'll keep you alive even longer. And the thing is, if the theory of him being allowed to die will allow him to come back is true, it kind of adds to that whole theme of they're kind of keeping themselves in their the Imperium in the worst state it can be in because they don't realize that letting him die and resurrect is the better option.
Or is it? Or the way I think of it is a lot of the High Lords don't want the Emperor to come back because they know they're going to lose all their power.
Oh, absolutely.
protocol, they will do everything in their power to make sure the Emperor never gets back to full consciousness.
Yeah, but keep him alive so they can still use the warp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, if that's
him
the
trapped.
case, he's probably just seething right now.
Oh, he's got to be pissed.
He's like, I will
the
fucking
state
wreck
of the
those,
Imperium.
those bureaucratic little shits!
Thing is, the Emperor will be sat there going, right, okay, right, what do I deal with first? The bureaucrats or the religious nuts?
Or both.
It's like, which one do I murder first?
He comes back, it'll
Roll.
be a killing spree.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
I think the thing that's gonna fucking, like, nearly mind break him, though, is when he sees the Imperium now, like, all of them worship him as a god. Like, I think that's gonna, like, destroy him, because, to be quite frank, that would fuck... With how much he hates religion, that will just fuck him up, honestly. I think that'll be the biggest, like, mind destroyer for the Emperor, with just how much he hated religion.
You see, I just have this thing in my head that basically the Emperor comes by, sees everybody worship him as a god, and all you hear throughout the entire Imperium is Lager.
Oh, he'll be so pissed.
Rule number 646. Thou shalt not send a get well soon card to Mortarion.
Well, it's funny.
Be ironic. Get well soon! Fuck you! I can't! Ah! Stop sending me these cards!
Thou shalt not. Rule number 652. Thou shalt not compare the magical prowess of the Lord of Change with the mystical powers of the Magic 8 Ball. Subsequently, Rule 653. Thou shalt not do Commandment 652 in front of a Lord of Change, as the Magic 8 Ball will surely win.
Actually, I would unironically love to see a Lord of Change play with a Rubik's Cube. Kinda wanna see that.
Creed! Thou shalt not confuse the Black Legion with the Black Templars.
That would be a bad idea. It's like, it's a Black Legion! Black Templar looks over. No, you blink and the guy who said its head is gone.
The thing is, which one of them would be more offended?
True.
I think the Black Templar would be more offended, to be honest. They take that shit a little seriously.
Thou shalt not refer to the Golden Throne as a royal flush, nor refer to a royal flush in poker as the Golden Throne.
I've got to do that next time I'm playing poker. I've got a golden throne.
Got a what?
I like that.
Golden
Thou
Throne.
shalt not refer to the Grey Knight as Catholic fundamentalists.
I like that one. I love that one. Oh, that was good, actually.
Thou shalt not whistle Close Encounters of the Third Kind every time you see a Tau.
I like that one.
Some of these are really good.
Some of those are gold, some are a bit kind of duds, but there's quite a few in there that are gold. Just pure gold.
Rule number 588. Space Wolf's bites are actually worse than their bark.
True.
100% true. That's categorically true. Can back that up with science.
Thou shalt not sing Who Let the Dogs Out when visiting the Fang.
It'd be a good way to get killed.
Well, it depends. How drunk are the Space Wolves when you go in and say that? Because if they're really hammered, they'll all get into a line and start doing like a dance to the song. Who let the dogs out? Who? Bjorn in the background is just kind of like waving his clawed hand, kind of shimmying back and forth.
Yeah, then they sober up.
And they're like, uh-oh. Run!
Rule number 557. Thou shalt not ask, ever wonder if the machine god is a Satan, or thou shalt be branded a heretic and purged.
I mean, the admechs would not respond kindly.
Nah.
They would have quite the qualm with that.
They wouldn't appreciate it, that's for sure.
It's like the moment the person says that, like all the other guardsmen around them, like you just hear they'll run away, and then a bunch of like mechanical tendrils start circling around the guy. Ah, shit.
Yeah, some of these are actually really good. Rule number 500. A Necron is not a Mechanos kit.
Ow. I thought they were a Meccano kit. Ow.
Thou shalt not steal a Tau's pulse rifle, even if they are better than thy bolters.
And that's probably one I wouldn't follow. It's like, I got a new pattern las gun, I swear.
It's just a las gun. Plasma las gun, but yeah. I say, it's a Xenotech. No. It's the newest thing from Mars. Look, it's even got an Aquila on. But that looks badly drawn on.
Mechanicus standards
over
are
there.
slipping, that's all.
Look over there, sir.
Highlighting is always so stressful. But so worth it when done right.
Rule number 18. Thou shalt not refer to the machine spirit as cruise control.
But technically, if you put a vehicle in cruise control, and, you know, machines working and to what degree they function is determined by the machine god, am I not therefore turning over control to the machine god? So therefore, referring to the machine god as cruise control is entirely objectively correct. Mechanicus rifle, Skitari rifle loads with murderous intent. Oh yeah, I totally fucked that one up. God damn it. It's doing so good. I suppose that works some point.
Who's going so well?
I'm going to take this mistake with grace, said no Black Templar ever.
Yeah, no Black Templar I think would ever say that. That's against some cosmic rule. What is it? Those highlights came out really thick. What the?
What the?
Where did all that fucking... A bunch of, like, fucking flesh gets yellow is just on my hand, and I don't know how. What the fuck?
All I have to say is, it wasn't me.
Oh, that's why. Sticking out the back. The paint pot.
Ah,
Sticking out the back. That's how it got on my hand. I was holding the pot earlier. Great. Oh well.
oh well.
Pure guard for everything in this terrible universe with none of the power armor or bolters, just pure titanium balls and a flashlight.
Yep. Yes. Why we love the god.
Mm-hmm. Especially the guard that live longer than a day. Because an old guard, it's the old saying, never mess with never mess with an old man in a career where they typically die young. It's particularly a true statement in reference to the guard. Like, hey, is that guy older than 20? Yeah, you might not want to fuck with him. Wouldn't recommend it. Hey, is that
How
guy...
many campaigns has that guy seen? Quite a few. Okay, just leave him the fuck alone.
Thing is, if the answer is more than 2, leave him alone. Actually, no, if the answer is 2, be like...
One.
Okay! Not gonna fuck with that guy, got it.
If the answer's more than 1, just walk away.
That's not an argument you want to have.
I do love it how they went from being the Imperial Army that was just there as for garrison duty to being the frontline troops of the modern Imperium.
Space Marines became a rare commodity.
It's all because of girly men.
Mm-hmm. Stupid coexistence. Which, given what was going on with the Primaris Marines in the background, he didn't even really give that much of a fuck about.
to be fair to Gilliman though, even when he wrote the Codex Astartes, he didn't even follow most of the book and didn't believe in most of the stuff. He didn't want it to be followed as much as it was.
The Oathmarines basically treated it like a Bible after he took his nap.
Mm-hmm. Still going to be interesting to see what the lion does when he finally wakes up from his cat nap.
He's probably going to be surprised. I mean, that's going to be the initial response from all the Primarchs is, what the fuck? Let's see what the
Wait a minute.
It seems kind of the opposite of what we're working towards.
This ain't what Dad wanted.
The last pilot, welcome to the stream. How you doing? You making a Blood Angels army? Nice. So am I, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, this is one of my finished guys. Got a lot of yellow on me because I didn't realize my flesh gets yellow was leaking out the back. In progress, Marine. Complete Marine. Another example right there. Great, by the way. Thank you. Yep, working hard on them. I got almost 3 done, so that means I have another 37 to go from the box set. Plus the Dreadnought, both the Praetors, Sanguinius when he arrives. Fun stuff all the way around. Yep, I hand painted that Blood Angel symbol on there. I don't think I'm gonna give them all a hand painted symbol. Like that'll be unique to him, and then I'll probably give each of them a slight different variation. Some will just have the droplets. Some will have a different pattern. Might do a chalice.
Might experiment a little bit. We'll figure it all out.
Yeah, I 3D printed custom heads because I'm a bit of a lore nut, and if you know anything about the Heresy, you know Beakies they existed, but they were rare. But the Age of Darkness box set, like they're all Beakies, which is just not correct. It's like they existed during that time, right? Yeah, all right, let's make the whole box this thing. It's like, but they were rare. The only legion that wore them en masse was the Raven Guard, because Corvus liked them. Please make Mark V helmets. I mean, too late. I've already glued and painted these guys. I'm not switching out the heads. I'm fine with my Mark IVs. I like my Mark IVs. Alright, so I'm not too good at hand painting logos and cool designs of my army. It's just about practice. Experiment a little bit. If you got any spare, like, pauldron bits, in your bit collection. I just prime one up and prime a couple up and just practice. Just practice a wee bit and then you'll get it down. It's pretty much how I did it. Just loaded up spares. Alright.
Looks a bit grey for the rate of that place, though. Dice started up now. Deliverance lost.
Deliverance lost? Nice. Yeah. I think I'm halfway through Fulgrim. Yeah, I'm about halfway.
Maps, lines.
Is it the Fulgrim book where Mortarion and the Khan just diss Fulgrim to his face
I can't remember.
when they're talking with Sanguinis?
It hasn't happened so
what
far,
it
and I
is.
don't remember that happening in Fulgrim. It happens later.
That's just awesome when they just completely diss him.
It's not hard to diss.
can't
him, to be
just-
honest, though.
Thing is, the Khan just one-liners him.
And when you're that vain, it's really easy to piss you off. And that's why people do it to vain people. It's like you make it too easy. When you care that much what people have to say, yeah, people are gonna fucking diss you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Khan says, like, I know all about you with all the trolling that you do.
Mhm.
So yes, you gotta love the Khan.
Oh yeah. Spicy. He's a spicy boy.
Two seconds.
Fucking A. go. So, the chai lining's pretty clean. Right, I'll apply a couple of last.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Guten Abend.
Guten Abend. Guten Abend, Abend.
Ergen.
Herkadurka. Herkadurka. Still a good film.
Which that film is based on a true story.
What?
Isn't that cleaned up nicely? Printers, 3 resin vats. What could possibly go wrong?
Not much.
My screen protector is supposed to be new screen protector is supposed to be coming Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna order some of mine, but no point until I get my new screens in anyway.
Yeah, you want them to come same time or just before the screens though, so you don't get the temptation to
Print without them.
I'll just do one print without it. What's up with your phone? Ah,
Just tempt
crap.
fate because she loves it.
Four legs printed out. I need another set of legs. All the missile launchers printed out nicely. They print out really nicely.
We printed out nicely, sir.
The over-the-shoulder missile launchers.
Nice.
The old school nostalgia, which they brought back the Heresy, which makes sense. And I need all the helms. Backpacks thing. It's Asmom.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Hi, Asmom.
I was hoping to do the bass on stream because last stream I didn't get to do the bass on stream, but looking like I'm just gonna have to settle for finishing the Marine.
Wow.
While I'm still here, what's your favorite like sci-fi show, like TV show?
Ooh. That's a hard one.
I do like to throw out the little nuggets here and there.
Favorite sci-fi show? We're going to any particular type of sci-fi, or is it just in general?
Anything sci-fi.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, it's a hard one to answer because there's a lot of sci-fi shows that have got their individual
Got their charm.
take on things. I'm tempted to say Babylon 5.
Oh, that's a good one.
Got a really good story to it.
Oh yeah.
But Andromeda is another good one. Which I would say is Gene Roddenberry's better sci-fi universe.
Personally, I'm gonna throw in mine in the ring. D Space Nine. Probably my favorite sci-fi show. Personally, my favorite sci-fi show would have to be either Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, or Babylon 5. Says stuff and things. Yeah, Deep Space Nine is mine. I could definitely see why Babylon 5 is yours, Ball. But yeah, me, it's definitely Deep Space Nine. And just so many great memories, great characters, so many cool ideas that they explore.
Yeah. I can get that. It was a good show.
Like I mentioned, it did a lot of things that were unique within the sci-fi universes as well. And within the Star Trek universe, sorry. Taking place on a stationary space station, which you'd think would provide a lot of limitations in the storytelling, but actually it made it a lot more interesting because they could have reoccurring races and characters and events.
To be fair, that's what Babylon 5 was.
Oh yeah.
That was a space station as well.
Yeah, they somehow both of those have a lot of charm despite having what you would think would be a very limited setting. But no, it actually lends credence to there being reoccurring events and characters called back to because they're stationary. Obviously, the same people are gonna zip in and out of the events. Factions are gonna be consistent. Whereas you watch something like Voyager, Enterprise, TNG, even the original, all of those, they were going to new worlds, they were going to new areas, meeting new races all the time. And you had some of that in Deep Space Nine, but you also had, again, the reoccurring factions and events and ongoing controversies and stuff, which made it feel a lot more alive. Felt a lot more dynamic. Then you had the Dominion War arc, which was just absolutely brilliant. Loved it. Had some of the best episodes in any show ever.
Oh no, I don't think you can top Shadow War from Babylon 5 though.
I don't know, Under the Pale Moonlight was pretty fucking badass.
I'm thinking about it actually though. DS9 is pretty much a close thing to Babylon 5, the storyline, I mean. When you think about it, because at the end, where Cisco ends up leaving, it's the same sort of thing as Sheridan.
He ends up leaving after he kicks Gold Dukat's ass after he's become the Antichrist, pretty much. Which was kind of funny.
The question, do I set this printing while I go to sleep?
Yes.
What is it?
Just some torsos and one pair of legs and 4 helmets.
Yeah. I'd say print it. And how long is it going to take?
A couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's for it's my heavy weapon squad. I'm printing out in Mark II armor.
The heavy up, I looked it up, the heavy up, even on eBay on discount, a heavy upgrade sprue for Horus Heresy is, do you want to take a guess?
On eBay, I wouldn't like to even think about how much it is.
eBay usually does it only a little bit under price. So how much do you think it's going for on GW site? And I'll give you a clue.
Probably about 20 quid or something like that, isn't it?
It's $35 on discount on eBay.
That would be around £30 then, roughly? At £20?
I'm not sure, to be honest. The conversion rate's all
Let
over
me
the
have a
place due
look.
to inflation.
Heavy weapon upgrade, heavy bolters, and missile launchers is £26. That's just for missile launchers and heavy bolters. That's all you get in the pack.
Yep, it's the same pack I'm talking about.
Yep, £26 sterling.
And that's $35 USD.
To be fair to GW, yeah, it sounds a lot, but you're getting 20 heavy weapons in that box. 10 heavy bolters and 10 missile launchers. So
Yeah,
GW
it's not even
standards,
it's not
that's
even
not
full
bad.
miniatures, but it's like $35. That's ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. But then again, I
Yeah,
think
I'm saying
most
that.
of their expenses are ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're pretty
that's
ballsy
what,
all
that's
around.
what. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For GW's stand, it is a ridiculous price, what it is, but compared to what they have sold in the past and sold recently, it's not as much of a rip-off as a lot of the stuff. When it comes to pricing, they've got freaking brass balls.
Oh yeah. Especially during all the inflation, they're pretty gutsy.
Yeah, it's like, everybody's locked at home, got nothing to do, and they're not at work because everybody's at work. Let's put a price increase.
Gotta love Games Workshop.
Let's increase our price range.
The moral pinnacle of business.
There was a reason not to think a company has morals.
Before you think a company has morals, look at GW during the pandemic. It's like, hey, everybody's stuck at home and miserable. Let's double the price.
Oh god. You can see what's meta at the minute just by looking on GW's website.
Oh, great. What is it?
Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Kratos Assault Heavy Tanks, Mark 3 and 4 Power Armor, Rhinos, Alpha Legion Death Guard, Sons of Horus, wow, Sons of Horus, Raven Guard, and Blood Angels.
Yep.
They're completely out of stock on their transfer sheets.
Makes sense, actually. Okay,
I'm
I'm
surprised.
gonna end the stream there, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry I didn't get to paint the base second time in a row. I had the day after tomorrow off, so I don't know if I'll stream mini painting or gaming or both. Yeah, we'll see. But had a lot of fun putting this guy together. Definitely gonna do symbols like this on all of them, just not the same one. Give it a little bit of variety. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on another one. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye.